Okay, so this is the last coin series of Brazil, and we're currently up to the current era. So from 94 to 97, these are the coins that were used in circulation, although the $1 did have a banknote that was also issued for circulation. And in 1998, they issued new coins. So what they issued was more in line with the size of US coins. So we have the copper plated steel 1 centavo. We have also copper plated steel 5 centavos. Then we have bronze plated steel 10 centavos. And also these ones are reeded and thicker. We have the 25 centavos, also bronze plated steel. Then they did issue a copper nickel 50 centavos. That one's got sticky tape on it. But then they changed that to a stainless steel one in 2002. And also they issued a new bimetal $1 coin. So this one has a similar design as the old Cruzeiro days coins. Okay, so basically the older steel coins are still legal tender except for the $1. So this one they demonetized in December 2003 because, have a look at it, it is a high value coin, but the design is pretty basic and it's easy to counterfeit. So these are heavily counterfeited, so that's why they removed that. So really that's been taken out of circulation, and all the centavo coins in steel of the old design you can still use in circulation. Although check for errors because there are quite a lot of them. Okay, so on the back of the coin we have the denomination, and we have a hatch pattern which is on all the coins, and there's also the Southern Cross. So that's on the flags of Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, is it on Tonga? No, it's not on Tonga. Papua New Guinea. It's on Brazil, and there's probably a few other different types of flags. A lot of them probably state that it's on. And on the other side of the coin, so this one retained the effigy of Brasilia, which was on all the steel coins. It also has hatch patterns here. So this looks more like patterns that an indigenous group would use, probably on pottery and knitting. So this one, the $1, was initially issued in copper nickel center nickel brass ring, and the lowest minted you can get for this coin is 1999 with only 3.84 million. So that's the key date for this coin. Then we have the next version, which they had a stainless steel center and a bronze plated steel ring. So this one is interrupted milling. The interrupted milling looks like the Canadian $2 coin, and it's also similar in size as well. So this one has had a continuous mintage, it looks like. I might have skipped a few. So it's first minted in 2002, and the lowest for this coin, the lowest mintage is 2014 with 11,904,000. So this one here, 2008, has the mintage of 664 million. So that's quite high for one of these coins with a population of about 215 million. Okay, so that's the one raise. Then we have the 50 centavos. So as you can see, it's a Southern Cross in the denomination. Once again, look for errors on this coin. So a lot of the errors probably occur around the date, because this is a weak point in the design around the actual date. So you can actually get a lot of cuts. And this one looks like it does have some cuts around the actual coin itself. So just turn it around. Yeah, it looks like it does. Just small, but they can get big if they're not caught by a mint. And the 50 centavos is, so this is the stainless steel 2002, the current. The lowest mint you're going to get for that is pretty much 39 million for 2006. So this one 2009 is a mintage of 300 million. So really not a scarce coin to get, and really should be able to get them for face value. And on the side, this one has lettering for Dem e Progresso Brazil. Okay, Order and Progress Brazil. Okay, and that is, I've got 3 of these coins, so that is on all of them. But you can see that this coin here, the actual, I'll take that steel tape off, the actual side of it has been rounded a little bit. So it's probably just a minor variety, not really that much of a variety if you ask me. And this one, the centavo, it's a little bit flat. So steel is probably the hardest of all metals to actually make. Iron is also, but steel is just iron. This one, it looks like on Brazil we have doubling. It's only minor on this coin, but if this was a US coin, it'd actually make it a lot more valuable. Okay, so we're doubling on Brazil, and we're doubling on the hair. So this one is doubled. Now it might just be re-engraving the actual coin. So look at the other coins. So look at them close up. Yeah, this one's got cards going around the actual 0, which I'm not surprised with the lines on the coin. Okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's got any doubling on that one. And the last coin, and don't see any cards. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's got minor ones. That might have been the one we looked at before. This one, yeah, no doubling on that. So that's an error coin there. That's what you need to look for. Look at his head, it's also doubled. Anyway, so this is, who is this guy? He is, you can find all the information on Nimster. He is Jose Paranos, Baron of Rio Branco, the country's most distinguished Minister of Foreign Affairs. Okay, in the background we have a map of Brazil, and okay, so it's got ripples. I'm reading this from Wikipedia. So, represent the development of Brazil's foreign policy and expansion of and demarcation of national borders. Basically, the borders would have started around here and extended to the Amazon, and also extended itself at the expense of Uruguay, Argentina, and also Paraguay. Yeah, so that's my favourite country, and I forget about it. And that one is what that coin. So that's the portrait on that coin. Then we have the bronze plated steel 25 centavos, and this would have the same cards on the date system. So this one has, so we've got Southern Cross. On here we have Field Marshal Teodoro da Fonseca, so the first Republican president. And that's where we get the 10 centavos. So this one has Pedro I, so the first monarch of Brazil. So initially Brazil was a monarchy under I believe it was, he gave up the monarchy to actually return to Portugal to take up the monarchy there. But then they become a republic, and that's what the coat of arms are in the back. Okay. In the background, so Brazil's coat of arms has the Southern Cross in it. Okay, and on this one, we have probably him on horseback, and this represents the independence of Brazil itself. On the 5 centavos, we have Joaquim Jose da Silva Xavier, known as Tierra Dennis, and he was a martyr, so he advocated for the independence, and there was a conspiracy called the Minas Conspiracy, which was, it didn't go through, they were all captured and everyone was executed in it. And the dove represents peace, and triangle, don't know what the triangle represents. If anyone knows, please leave a comment down below. And the last coin is the 1 centavo. So this one has Pedro Alvares Cabral, and he was a Portuguese captain and he colonised Brazil. So we have a Portuguese ship in the background. So obviously the 1 centavo has the older person and the 50 centavo has the more recent person. So basically they're the coins you're going to get. Okay, we're going on with what is any of the low mint coins. So there has been no change in metal for the 25 centavos, and since 1998 the lowest mint that I can find is 2016, 23 million. So once again, just look for errors. None of these coins are scarce and they're also rated. So we've got 2012, 2009, this 2009 is 320 million, 2012 100 million, a bit over 100 million. So just look for errors in these coins. And this one, is that an error? Okay, might not be, but you're also looking for cuts and doubling on these coins. Okay, which I don't see on any of those. How about the last one? Any cuts and errors? Okay, looks like we have some cuts around the actual E and C. And is that doubled? No, might be doubling. Anyway, just look for errors on your Brazilian coins, not Portuguese. So if you're in Brazil on a holiday and you get a lot of these coins, check for errors because you never know. If you never check. Okay, the 10 centavos. So we've already gone through who's on these coins. So looks like there's probably a die crack going through here. Okay, and 1999 seems to be the lowest mint with 9.6 million. So it's 2003 is 256 million, so not really scarce. 2013 is 10 years later. We have 610 million, so none of these are rare coins. Okay, we do have low mint, but even a rare coin will be about 1.5 to 2,500 coins or less. This one has cuds on the C, so that doesn't seem to be quite hard coin to get. Cuds are pretty common on Australian coins. Don't see them too much on Japanese or Hong Kong coins, but you can find them. Okay, so the last two denominations we have the 5 centavos, and that coin is the lowest denomination you're going to be using in Brazil. Once again, 1999 seems to be the lowest minted with 11.2 million coins. And this one, 2011, has 437 million. And the other coin is 600 million. So really, like US coins, Chinese, Japanese, not Japanese, Indian coins, because the population is large, it's just a lot of them that are being minted. Looks like we have a lot of cards going around there in between the actual gap. And this side, also look for errors. There should be cuts around his head as well, because of the line markings. That would make the weak point being in between the actual lines. Okay, so no other type of errors that I can find in there. No doubling. And the last one, 1 centavos. So this one stopped being minted in 2004. So it looks like this is a card on his head. So die crack, not die cracker. The actual die's broken, so these are just cards. In the pre-decimal series, they could just call them dots. We have actually quite a few. So that's an error coin in itself. And this one is dated 2001. That had a mintage of 242 million. And the last minted coin is 2000 with 88,256,000. So none of these are scarce. We also have cards here as well, which is, as I said before, I'm not surprised. Anyway, that is, and also looks like this has been a bit infilled. So basically, if you go to Brazil, these are the coins you're going to get, and the highest value of the 1 real is about 30 cents. So this one is about 3 cents, and that one should be about 1.5 cents. This one's no longer used, but get familiar with the coins that you use in the countries that you go to. And also, hope this helps you with collecting Brazilian coins. Let me know which one's your favourite. Yeah, Brazil's not really my favourite country to collect, but you know, the coins, they circulate, so why not collect them? Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care.